What do you mean, no?
It's a refutation, Daniel, denoting a negative or a refusal.
I mean, what business is it of yours?
£50,000 on a motorised midlife crisis. And we're both working part-time, not to mention the cost of childcare.
Wrong. Remember Bruno Roberts?
Bruno Roberts. How could I forget possibly the worst night of my entire life?
So, you're the reason he's been absent from the golf course.
Yeah, I found better things to do on a Sunday morning.
I bet you did.
Careful, darling, you'll get drool on her dress.
Only you'd wear a dress once in a while.
Yeah, but someone has to wear the trousers in our house.
And I'll have the dauphinoise.
Really? Cholesterol's up and rising.
I can't blame her, seeing as she's never in the kitchen.
Well, I'm an accountant, not a short-order cook.
So, what do you do, Bruno?
No, I'm in the executive management.
He's a car salesman,
Do you mind if I speak for myself?
if you're willing to take that risk.
And another one of those. Can anyone manage a dessert?
I couldn't eat another thing.
Daniel, you'll join me?
No, just coffee, thanks.
Well, I hope no one minds if I do.
How long have you been married?
We're not. We didn't think that it was...
Very wise. Could save you a fortune in divorce lawyers. No idea how expensive they are these days. Although, Susie knows. Because she's just hired one. At eye-watering expense. She thought I didn't know. But I'm one step ahead of you, my love. And for the record, the reason why Raymond Savage turned you down was because he's otherwise engaged. By me.
Well, hurrah, that's out in the open.
I think we should leave.
To leave you to discuss it in private?
Oh, no, you can't go. It's a celebration, isn't it?
Absolutely. A bottle of champagne, please. 4 glasses. You'll allow yourself just a little sip to toast our divorce?
It's a disengagement party. What a hoot.
What about Bruno Roberts? Apart from the fact that he and his toxic wife are presumably divorced by now.
He's got a luxury car dealership in Kingsvale.
Oh, here we go.
He's giving me mates rates.
He's not your mate. He's just some Swiss Tony you met at the golf club.
Which I'm no longer a member of because you thought it was too expensive.
Which you're no longer a member of because you never went. Besides golf. It's so revoltingly bourgeois.
Since when do you tell me to spend my money?
Since we became a family, Daniel. You and me and Joe.
I might have known you'd bring Joe into it.
Well, he's our son. Of course I'll bring him into it.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend. There may come a time when a hard-boiled employer thinks you're awful nice.
Oh, that colour really sets off your eyes. Eggs?
No, thanks. I'll get something at work.
Have you got my list?
Yep.
No problem.
Okay. Thanks. See you later.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Morning, Dr. Carter.
Morning, Keith. Thank you. Yeah.
Good morning, Nurse Claire.
Hi.
Well, the traffic must have been terrible. Dr. Clay's already in the shower. 32.15. His personal record, I believe.
And check out those muscles. You must be well smug.
All I'm saying is it makes financial sense.
Because of a conveniently timed mystery rattle, which only you can hear.
Good morning, Dr. Carmichael, Dr. Granger.
It's a slippery slope, okay? Next it'll be hemorrhaging garage
Oh,
bills.
please. Do I have little woman who knows nothing about cars tattooed on my forehead?
Better than henpecked man.
I'm not listening to you, Daniel.
No change there, then.
Nanny State gone mad.
Is everything all right, Dr. Carter?
The lowlife who invaded my house and violated my property should take his punishment like a man, not want to meet me over a cup of tea and a prison biscuit.
You are referring to Curtis Brown?
Restorative justice, though who and what it restores is debatable.
He has requested a meeting with you.
Well, it certainly wasn't me.
This man has committed a serious crime.
Exactly, Mrs. Temby. I knew I could rely on you.
Although I am reminded of an old African proverb. You punish a child with your right hand, and with your left hand, you impress them.
That's as maybe, Mrs. Temby.
And, of course, there was the Truth and Reconciliation movement.
Entirely different. Entirely. I have to be getting on.
Oh, right. Yes, of course, Dr. Carter.
Jimmy? You're limping.
No, I'm not.
Don't lie to me, I've been watching you.
It's a muscle twinge. It's occupational hazard.
You need to get it looked at.
Cherry, I'm a doctor.
Stand on it. Go on, Dr. Clay, put your weight on your right foot. Get it looked at.
There is nothing wrong with Dr. Granger's car that cannot be solved by a good mechanic. Not to mention a lighter touch on the clutch.
Thank you, Sister Temby.
You are welcome, Sister Dr. Carmichael.
Whatever it meant, just do what they're told.
Because they are not intelligent enough to realise that we are always right.
Amen to that.
Too right, mate. Your motor has stopped being the hot babe and is now definitely moving into cougar territory. No offence intended.
None taken. Try telling Zara that, though.
That women always have to be right.
You know what she said? She said, when you need a new car, get an estate so she can fit half a mother care in the boot.
Bang out of order.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Jimmy's hurt his foot. Will one of you take a look at it? And don't let him fob you off.
Sure.
Yep. Got a poorly foot.
You better not be going where I think you're going.
So now you're monitoring my movements.
Of course, because you can't be trusted not to do anything stupid.
Even you can't stop me from looking.
You do realise that this amount of money would fund Joe's entire university education?
Yes, but we've got 18 years to save for that.
Not the way you're spending.
Says the woman whose shoes have their own bedroom.
Even my shoes don't cost that much.
Depends how many shoes you buy.
They remind me of my mum and dad.
Please do not depress me any more than I am already.
She nagged and nagged him for a conservatory and he said that it was a waste and they should save the money for a rainy day.
You see?
Mind you, she did make him suffer in secret. Jack's got this theory that every time he said no, her cooking deteriorated that little bit more.
Huh.
Maybe you both need to compromise a little. Now look what you've done. Analysis with Elaine. Nothing of the sort. But if you looked at the car, at least your decision would be an informed one. Fine. I will get my bag, I will look at the car, and then I will say no.
Last quarter sales figures.
Great, thanks.
Did you decide what you want for dinner? I'll pick something up when I go to the dry cleaners.
No, anything, whatever. Sausages, the pork and leek ones from the butcher's.
I'll go when Darren's back from his break. Robert's Motors. You want the body workshop putting you through?
Hi, Susie.
Hello.
Oh, hello there. No baby.
He's with our very expensive nanny.
Bruno's expecting you.
Can't say I was expecting you.
My job had taken over my life. Now I run the home and help Bruno with the business.
No, he means we were both expecting that you'd be divorced by now.
We didn't get divorced. We made some changes and I can happily say we're happier than we've ever been.
Congratulations.
Well done. You must let us know your secret.
Aha, you made it! Great, because I have got something special to show you. Custom made for a Premiership player. Silly boy got himself a 3-year ban 5 days after passing his test. Hence the special price.
A footballer's car? Do I look like a wag?
Restorative justice. Bleeding woolly heart liberals.
This has really got to you, hasn't it?
Oh, of course, it's right up your street.
You know, it can be very effective.
Effective for whom?
Isn't the clue in the name? Surely the victim's the one designed to benefit the most?
In what way could a face-to-face meeting with that man possibly benefit me?
It depends on whether or not you've recovered from being the victim of a serious crime.
Well, that goes without saying.
So how long are you staying here at Julia's?
Zara, would you like to try for comfort?
No, thank you. Oh, all right. It does smell gorgeous.
The leather's bespoke, hand-finished, designer cross-stitch.
So, what do you think?
I love it.
Really?
But it's still way out of your league.
Trust me, it's a steal.
Excellent. Because the only way he's going to get his hands on it is if he breaks in here in the middle of the night and drives off in it.
She has a tendency to over-dramatise.
Look, I tell you what, join me for a spot of lunch at the golf club. I'll bring Susie along to keep Zara company, and we'll just talk over a few options.
We'd love to. Wouldn't we, darling?
You have been conspicuous by your absence.
Well, Zara found better things for me to do on a Sunday morning, mostly involving nappies and baby rice.
So, here we are again.
I'm sorry about last time. You must have seemed very rude.
Not a problem. We're just glad you've sorted it out.
Mind you, we did get as far as the decree nisi, and then well, Susie decided. I think you better explain them. They'll never believe me otherwise.
I became a submissive wife.
You did what?
I met a woman who'd saved her marriage by surrendering to her husband. She made me see I was exhausting myself by trying to control Bruno. So instead I put him in charge. Now, he takes care of the decision-making and
she takes care of me. What's not to like?
Is she serious?
it's a growing movement. Thousands of women like me are realizing that feminism did not liberate us. It merely created another form of enslavement.
Okay, so, what does a submissive wife do, exactly?
It's what she doesn't do. She doesn't control, question, or criticize. She puts her husband first at all times, and she is always available to him.
Well, Daniel doesn't have any complaints on that front.
Didn't used to.
Are you serious about all this?
Why do you ask?
Well, I was just wondering how long you think you can keep it up for.
How long do you think your relationship will last? If you carry on treating Daniel like a cross between a child and a nuisance?
I beg your pardon?
Don't knock it till you've tried it. I was like you. Bossy, control freak.
I am not... Well, maybe I am.
Look, take it from someone who's got the T-shirt. You'll wear yourself out trying to turn Daniel into your idea of perfection. I may have surrendered, but in doing so, I've empowered myself.
Another advantage of an obedient wife. No argument over the designated driver.
Sounds too good to be true.
Tell me about it. I keep pinching myself. I miss the rows sometimes, or rather the making up. It's not the same without the chase.
So tell me, how's business?
What recession? You? Botox business booming?
Like you say, what recession?
Good, because I've got a proposition. Susie's starting to show a few signs of wear and tear around the old bodywork. I was thinking, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
I'm listening.
I'm glad listening to somebody.
We were just discussing finance options on the car.
I'm afraid our only option is to say no.
Well, that is a matter for discussion in private, I think.
Fine. Bring it on.
Well, you know where I am. There.
I think I may have overreacted.
Really?
Yes. You work damn hard for your money. What business is it of mine to tell you how to spend it?
Wow, that's quite a turnaround.
Seeing Susie with Bruno got me to thinking that perhaps sometimes I can seem a little controlling.
Well, on the odd occasion.
And it got me thinking that maybe I should start putting you first. It's high time I started putting you first.
What's all this?
It's a spreadsheet.
Now, you listen to me, Daniel Granger. I have played along with your little fantasy. I have sat in the damn car. I have had lunch with your hideous golf club friends. But for the last time, you are not buying that car. I forbid you to buy that car. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I'll draw up some paperwork and I'll come straight over.
Well done. I knew you'd make the sale.
Can you type up an agreement and then grab your handbag?
Why?
Oh, I've spun him a deal in return for some cut price Botox.
That's quite a discount.
And you were reassuringly expensive. Can you do anything about her jawline? Only it looks like it's sagging a bit to me.
I'm afraid you're going to need a cosmetic surgeon for that.
Right. Well, if you know one who's looking for a car.
Everything all right?
Yeah, fine.
Bearing up?
Yeah, business as usual. So, do you want me to take a look at that foot?
Why would you want to do that?
Because I'm tired of dodging Cherry, and besides, she's right. I've been watching you, and you are limping, so... Come on.
No, stop. Sorry. I'm fine.
You sure you want me to continue?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, stop. Sorry. Needle phobia.
Try and take deep breaths. That's it.
Can't you give me something? Tranquilizer, general anaesthetic.
There is an oral tranquilizer, but it'll take about an hour to take effect. And, more importantly, I don't think you're a suitable candidate for Botox.
I think that's my decision.
I would have professional qualms about treating you.
I'm sure you can overcome those qualms.
Achilles tendonitis.
What? You're not serious?
It's not the end of the world, mate. You just need to lay off the running for a couple of weeks and you'll be right as rain.
I'm afraid of heights. It doesn't stop me from flying.
Susie has a severe phobia of needles. It would be unprofessional to commence a course of Botox.
You can't refuse to treat her.
I can if it's against the interests of the patient.
How dare you tell me what I want?
You don't want Botox. That much is obvious.
Well, I want to please my husband. A submissive wife always says yes.
And there we have it. No offence, but it's none of your business.
Actually, this is my business, and I can decline to treat any patient I choose.
We have a deal.
Not anymore. I can't afford this, even with the discount.
And there we have it. Henpecked into submission, eh? This has got nothing to do with a needle phobia. You're jealous because you want what I've got.
I'd be dead of boredom in a week. To be honest, I prefer my women more equal. In life and in my bed.
We're going. You'd swap places with me in a heartbeat.
Hi, darling.
Hi.
You must be exhausted. Why don't you sit down here and I will get you a nice cold beer. Aha! I decided to see what all the fuss was about. And actually, once you get past the hubris, it makes a lot of sense.
You can't be serious.
Don't knock it till you've tried it.
Aren't you going to ask me about the car?
No. How you spend your money is entirely up to you, and I will support your decision.
Yes. But...
No, Daniel. You don't have to justify your actions to me. So now, what do you want for supper?
Evening, Jean.
Oh, evening.
That's the second week running they haven't collected the recycling. I have a good mind to phone the council.
Is something wrong?
Why do you ask?
Well, because you're not talking.
I'm not interrupting. I'm listening. You have interesting and important things to say, and I want to hear them.
Okay. Well, Now.
Oh, this is torture. What sane woman could endure this lunacy? I tell you, Daniel Granger, if you want a submissive partner, you better start looking.
I don't want...
So out with it. Did you buy the car?
I signed a deal.
I knew it.
And then I tore it up.
Why?
Because you were right.
Really?
It's a major expense. If and when I need a new car, then it should be a joint financial decision. What? Will you please stop listening to me?
Damn, you're sexy when you're submissive.
What are you doing?
Well, just check the forecast and there's rain tomorrow, so I better squeeze another one in this evening.
Well, what about your ankle?
Kevin said it was fine. Anyway, I just need to run it off.
Well, what do you want for dinner?
You know what, if you're hungry, just start without me.
Please don't make me buy an estate car.
We could get a 4x4. There's not much boot space, but they're very practical.
Oh, I could go for a 4x4. As long as it's the right 4x4. Nothing Japanese, or French, or Italian, or Korean.
We could get a pod for the top.
A pod over my dead body.
Okay. We could get a roof rack. Ow!
Oh, I like it.
Leatherbridgecouncil.org.uk. Recycling Acacia Avenue, to whom it may concern. For the second week running, the council has failed
You want to see me about something?
You know why I'm here.
Typical lonely woman. Needs to man up, if you ask me.
Dr. Cassidy was telling me about when you two used to do yoga together. She reckons you're well flexible. I never said that.
If Dr. Wilson was here, she would not allow this. She would tell you to man up.
Going to get kicked out of school? Is that it? Hard man?